Hey there, what's going on everybody? This is Snoo, and I felt like I just had to come out with a video talking about one of my favorite topics, high-end juicing. Most notably, winged scarabs. They're back, baby. Bigger than ever before. I almost can't believe what's going on with the economy right here, right now. I think it's safe to say that high-end juicing is in one of the best states it's ever been, which might come to a huge surprise to some of you guys who have completely written off the idea of high-end juicing. It goes completely counter to the narrative that juicing is dead and that, why would you ever invest in high-end scarabs, winged scarab, magic finding is dead, all that jazz. And yeah, in certain way things have changed, things have gotten a lot worse, but just like with everything else, the economy has its ebbs and flows, and when everybody starts doing one thing, the doors for other things begin to open, and I think we're in a very interesting situation here with the economy. It's gotten me really excited, unusually excited, in the anticipation for the remainder of this league, the ramifications it has on juicing, and moving forward, even ongoing with following leagues, because a lot of core changes that have taken place recently have, as I said, opened the doors for a lot of new possibilities. Now, there's nothing wrong with low-end juicing. Why should you mess with high-end juicing? If you're making plenty of currency doing the less is more strategy, investing virtually nothing in maps, hey, that's great, more power to you. But I want to discuss a little bit about what's going on the high end and provide some of my insights on what I think is actually happening here. So just to tease you a fair bit here, you'll notice that I'm gearing up for a massive 100 maps farming session that I'm about to start recording here. I'm going to go live on Twitch here in short order. For those of you who already watching me live on Twitch, you already know what this is. This is basically a strategy that I've been doing for a week straight. Yes, I've been using basically nothing but winged scarabs for an entire week straight in the 4th and 5th week of the league, which is completely unheard of for me. I never do something like that as somebody who likes solo high-end juicing stuff. Even I don't do that sort of thing because it's never been like more lucrative than, I don't know, say gilded scarab. So I'm something of a gilded Andy, I guess you could say. Gilded has always been the best, been my go-to scarab juicing threshold for solo, as it should be, because of course we all know that winged scarabs are reserved for the absolute highest end party play, or to be done simply for the lulz for someone who just wants to have the experience. Never to be used in all seriousness as a most viable or most lucrative strategy. Well, not anymore. Apparently, it's really good. And I'm currently making something like 20 to 30% more currency per map, per time, than I have been traditionally with Gilded Scarab. So that should raise some eyebrows, if nothing else. So what is going on? Why is that happening? Well, I think one of the biggest reasons is, as I already mentioned, everybody has their eyes set on the less is more strategy. So it has opened the doors up for high-end juicing. The demand is much lower for winged scarabs this league. A lot of the party play, people aren't doing it so much. And the supply is actually higher as well. So with the last league, we had the advent of God Touch farming, and suddenly the supply of winged scarabs is much higher. Winged scarabs are still dropping, even though God Touch farming itself, exclusive, like in its exact iteration last league, is now gone. The rare conversions still result in a lot of winged scarabs, especially for anybody who's using reliquary scarabs on their map. And of course, we have had some really nice core changes that have taken place recently that didn't used to exist before, such as the ability to change or swap the scarabs over. You used to find a winged shaper scarab, complete trash, basically not worth anything. Well, not anymore. Now it's essentially worth the same thing as whatever the most expensive scarab is, because we can simply swap it for a very low cost through the harvest, the harvest currencies through there. Now we also have the 3-to-1 ratio that just changed this league. You can upgrade rusted to polished to gilded, which has definitely unlocked a lot of sort of lower end to medium end juicing strategies. Again, setting people's eyes onto those strategies as well. It's sort of left winged scarabs in the dust in people's minds. They're not really even thinking about it that much anymore. But the biggest thing of all, I think the biggest thing of all is the blowing the lid off of the infinite sextant strategy that features the winged possessed monsters, the first 3 possessed monsters in your map, drop winged scarabs, a random winged scarab. So you get 3 winged scarabs every map. Essentially costs you nothing to run those maps, a tiny bit. I think it's almost 100% self-sustainable, and it involves the most expensive sextant in the game. Costs you an arm and a leg to get started, but essentially you can return the value, sell it off. This has become extremely popular. Now, it was well known a couple years ago, or rather it was discovered, what did I say, years ago? Sorry, I meant a couple leagues ago. And then it became a little more popular last league. I actually did the strategy last league. This league, I haven't done it at all, but as I understand, it's quite good, quite lucrative, and the lid has been blown off of it, which means a lot of people know about it now, and a lot of people have been doing it, and it's still pretty lucrative. But the result is a massive surge of supply of winged scarabs. You know, long gone are the days where the June Katarina Mastermind was the primary source of winged scarabs. No. Now we're getting them from conversions. We're getting them from that strategy with the sextant. We're getting them from operative strong boxes still. We're getting them from all over the place. And whereas typically around this time, if you forked out a divine orb or an exalted orb before, you are going to get 3, 4, maybe 5 scarabs for that currency item. Now we get 10. I'm able to get 10 still. I mean, it's hard to go down to 9, it's back up to 10. The market is stable on these scarabs, and even the cool thing is, even if a whole bunch of people watch this video and suddenly everybody runs out to the market and starts buying these scarabs, it doesn't matter. We have a symbiotic relationship with the people who are farming the winged scarab strategy. The worse that gets, the higher the supply of scarabs gets, the worse that strategy gets. Well, the more people who go over to start buying those scarabs, the better that strategy gets. The more people will revert back to farming the infinite scarab strategy, and the supply will come up. We essentially have a situation where in the market economy right now, we have an indefinite supply of scarabs. We can change any scarab over we want. People can farm them indefinitely with essentially no investment costs prior to the initial investment cost. And that, my friends, is what I wanted to share with you on this video. I can't believe it. This is great. This is has made it so truly a solo player such as myself can turn around and go from gilded all the way to winged and feel good about it. It's not just for the lulz. It's actually truly like really fun way to play the game, to juice up to the max, and it's so good now that I don't feel like I have to tailor my strategy around the wing scarabs in such a way where, like, oh, if I do wing scarabs, well, then I have to like throw everything onto the map. I have to like do everything. No, I'm not even using elevated sextants here. I'm still using unelevated sextants, and it's still working out great. So if you're someone like me who is a gilded Andy, and you've ever thought about giving the winged scarabs a try, but you think you missed the boat on that, which you kind of did in a way long before, I challenge you to, do the math on it. Take a look at how much the scarabs cost. Actually think about how much more value you're going to get out of each map. I think you might find that it's going to work out pretty well. One more thing I didn't mention is we do have the Growing Hordes keystone, which I don't think people are really using winged scarabs for, but it's definitely added even more variety and variability to possible strats. I'm not currently aware of a quadruple winged Growing Hordes strategy that's super, super good, but yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there. I mean, it's just crazy. These are crazy times around winged scarabs. So winged scarabs, they're back, baby. Bigger and better than ever before. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. How are you using them? Are you using winged scarabs? Are you thinking about doing them? Do you need a little added encouragement? If you do, just check out my Twitch live stream. I think that'll give you all the encouragement you need. I'm not talking about this particular 100 map strategy right here, right now. This is just a tease. The video's coming out pretty soon. It's going to be very big deal, I think. Again, I'm making more currency than I've ever made before doing wing scarabs, and I think the market is so stable that I don't have a problem with telling you guys about it. I don't even care if everybody goes out and starts purchasing wing scarab. It's not going to make a difference, really, because we have that symbiotic relationship with the other strategy farmers. So that's it for now. I'll see you in Twitch or in the next video, wherever you are. Take care. Bye for now.